I knew it was time to change when I saw my friend get murdered right in front of me. And it was sad because he shouldn't have got shot, man. Like, he was not even there when everything went down. He was on his way to say, "Hey, man, what's up?" And that was the last thing he said. And we all ran, and he was only like 14 or 13 years old.
And how old were you?
I was old, man, 19.
How does that affect you? Like, to see somebody get shot in front of you?
At first, I won't say like he was not in front of me, like where you are, because I probably would have got shot too. I was like maybe a block away. It was like happened so fast, you know. And I could tell it was just sad. I just took the saddest thing is that for me, that I still can't get over was that the guy had a twin brother, and I remember him missing his brother, and he would look in the mirror and then start crying again because they were twins.
Fuck, identical twins.
And I was like, identical, brother. Even the that orange teeth, brother. Everything was the same.
Fuck. Haz de cuenta, man.
Yeah. So after that, I stopped hanging around with them.
Well, yeah, I think that's the best choice. So then you stop hanging out with them, and then at what point did you say, you know what, fool?
My girlfriend had the baby, and I said, it's time to change it.
Well, that's good, fool.
Yeah.
Fuck, imagine going through that traumatic ass experience. At what point did you say, you know what, I'm pretty funny? Like, I could do something here.
Like, funny? Like, at what point did I knew I wanted to be a comedian and let's try this? Or at what point did I knew I was funny?
No, at what point did you know you were funny?
Oh, man.
And you were like, oh, shit, I'm pretty fucking funny.
When I was a little kid, man, I made the teacher laugh.
Oh, you were like a class clown?
Oh, yeah. No, I used to open up for the class clown.
Ah!
He was the class clown. This is how it works. The class clown will whisper something to me real funny, and I'll die and I'll repeat it and get in trouble.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, the hack.
That's fucking funny.
At the class clown, hey, Felipe, oh my God, they couldn't hold it in. So then I got to say it to everybody.
And you were getting in trouble for.
But the way I delivered it, bro, was amazing.
The punchline and everything.
The way I delivered what he just told me, hey, I'll tell you what.
It's like, fuck, the delivery was amazing.
Yes, man. I remember being in my life science class, and I said something real funny, and my friend was dying. And I remember my teacher was screaming at him, and they kicked him out of the class. And I remember sitting down going, fuck, I got that guy in trouble with my humor. So the first joke was, I don't know if it was elementary school or junior high, I don't remember. But Iran and Iraq were fighting. They were at war, I guess. Okay. And I remember the teacher asked everybody, why is Iran and Iraq fighting? Kids, we don't know the politics. We don't know nothing what's going on. And I tried to be a smart aleck, you know. And no one else laughed but the teacher. I said, I know why they're fighting. They can't decide how to end the word. One side says, screw you, it's a Q. And the other one said, nah, it's an N.
Oh, man.
Iraq, no, Iran.
That's what started it all, dog.
That's what I started it off, man. When I made the teacher laugh, she just looked at me like this with a side eye. I'm going to let that pass because that shit was funny.
And she was like, you need to pursue it.
And I must have heard that joke somewhere, you know, as a kid. I must have heard that joke somewhere.
On
TV
or
and
something.
I remembered it, you know, and I used it.
That's crazy.
Because I remember listening to Richard Pryor was like the first album I ever really listened to, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Had a friend named Emilio. He lived in Monterey Park. I've always like attached myself to people who didn't grow up in the projects. Like if after I got older or when I was in school, like if I didn't want to hang around with somebody that I already knew about. So my friend Emilio, he lived in like Monterey Park. His dad was a veteran.
Nice area, fool.
Homeowners.
Oh,
they had a
shit.
dog. They had his own room.
A dog that wasn't a pit bull, fool?
Yes.
Oh.
His brother had his own room. The mom made dinner, breakfast, lunch, and they were all Latinos, you know. And so his world was bigger than my world. His world was big. My world was like everything, teen angel, you know, the Chicano culture. His was bigger, man. Like he knew like other stuff. So he was into punk music. So he got me into punk music right away. I started liking DRI and all that stuff. I started going to punk gigs in Boyle Heights. So that kid busted out his dad's album and he put it on, and it was Richard Pryor. That N-word is crazy. But back then, I would just say it out loud. So somebody might just cut this podcast and say have me say the N-word, and then copy my voice, and then put it everywhere I go now, like they did with Joe Rogan. So just the crazy N-word. So that material was probably the most personal to me because I recognized it in my neighborhood because I grew up in the housing projects. So he said a joke like this: you can never get an ambulance in the ghetto unless you call up and say, 5 black people killing a white woman. And the punchline was, where's the body? Like the ambulance,
show up really fast.
Like the ambulance is crashing into the projects. Where's the body? And then there was another joke about police brutality. And guys just see cops fight Cholo all the time, and Cholo fight cops. So there was one when they're trying to calm down a guy that's crazy. Hey, you better calm the fuck down. We got ways of calming you down. And there's always that one crazy guy in the neighborhood. Yeah, there better be some good ones. And then the next thing, you get his ass beat.
Le meten una santa putiza.
So right there and then, when my friend showed that album, I said, yeah, this is something I want to try one day. But that was like the first time I realized I want to do this.
And when did you say, you know what? I'm going to go to an open mic?
When I came out of rehab, I was in rehab, and there was a guy named Timothy. He was a brother that was working for the San Fernando Archdiocese Mission, Catholic. He's like Nacho Libre.
This episode is brought to you by the JR Group, located in the beautiful city of Downey, California. If you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or refinancing your property, go ahead and make sure that you connect with us via Instagram. Follow us at JR Jimenez RE. Go ahead and send us a DM and let's connect.
So he will talk to us about God and choices in life and consequences, and choices you make now will affect your life later on. So he gave us all an assignment. He gave us all papers. He will write down 5 things that you want to accomplish in your life, or your 5 goals. So I wrote down. I wrote down the answers fast because I always try to finish homework fast without thinking about it. Like whenever there was a test that says multiple questions, I wouldn't even open a book, bro. To me, it was like picking numbers in Lotto.
Well, you got to go with C, fool. That's the most common one.
There's multiple questions, 2 answers, 50% chance you're going to get it right if you guess. So I wrote down, I want to be a comedian first. Second, I want to be sober and clean. Second. Third, I just want to be happy. Fourth, I want to go to Italy because I like Olive Garden. And
the breast sticks?
Fifth, fuck yeah.
Damn.
And then the 5th one, I forgot what 5 was for, but I just left it blank. So I didn't know it then, but I guess I manifested goals without knowing. And I think if you're listening, man, if you really want to do something, it all starts with writing it down first. And don't tell nobody, because the more people you tell you're going to do something, you're never going to do it. Write it down on a paper. It's like you're writing a contract now with yourself. Like, are you going to break a contract with yourself, you loser? So I didn't know that back then, but I was making a contract with myself. So I decided to be a comedian, and clean and sober, good luck. But I'm happy.